hello, Internet. Just hang on a second, will you? I'm actually really busy right now.
The land cannot sustain so much wildlife. You must cull them.
This is actually really, really important, so...
A wild creature stalks this land. Come, join the hunt. Prove your skill.
Yeah, almost done now.
You did better than I expected. My scouts will search for new hunting grounds while these lands replenish.
Oh, that was a tough one. Right, on with the show.
This video is sponsored by NordVPN. Engage, protect me, NordVPN!
Hello, Internet. Taliesin here, and welcome to another special festive episode of the Weekly Reset, Taliesin and Evitel's wondrous wisdom show. In a week where Season 1 is now in full flow, the race to World First is raging. At the moment, it looks like Blizzard were very successful in making the race not end in the middle of Christmas, because it looks like it might end in the new year, but equally, it could end tomorrow, especially with the reset. And with the time it takes to write a script and record and edit, it might well all be over by now. So I just want to say, oh boy, what a race! Amazing scenes, and massive congratulations to Echo or Liquid on your amazing win. You are truly the pride of Europe, or NA. But we've got loads to talk about this week. Not only all of the Vault of the Incarnate shenanigans, including the raid ending cinematic and following cutscenes, which, yeah, give us our main baddie of the expansion and set the path for Dragonflight to come, but also big 10.05 news. The whole of the new trading post is on the PTR and testable, with all of the challenges and items that will launch the new feature in February, which means, by the way, the new patch is coming in January. And don't worry, because we've got loads on that. We have a huge giveaway where you can win one of 2 top-of-the-line Dragonflight PC cases and Horde and Alliance peripherals. Happy Winter Veil. Oh, and by the way, did I mention Chris Metzen is back? In hindsight, maybe this should have been the one I led on. Chris Metzen is back with an announcement from John Haidt himself, which, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and read in full. It is with great joy that I announce Chris Metzen has joined the Warcraft leadership team as creative advisor. Chris's focus initially will be on World of Warcraft. Then his work will expand to other projects across this growing franchise. Chris was one of the original team members working on the Warcraft universe when it began back in 1994, and we are so happy to be reuniting him with the world he helped create. And to be perfectly honest, John Haidt is kind of downplaying Metzen's impact and influence on Warcraft there. I don't think it's exaggerating to say that Chris Metzen has done more to shape the world, vibe, story, characters, and just general everything of Warcraft, and especially World of Warcraft, than any other human on Earth. He's one of the most charismatic people alive, a natural leader and figurehead. Having him back involved with the game just feels good and right, and frankly, like yet another massive dub in what frankly is becoming a fairly long line of massive WoW dubs recently. Welcome back, boss. I would not be doing my job properly if I did not point out that, by his own admission, he failed those under him big time in relation to the abuse scandals that came to light last year, but which, we mustn't forget, mostly happened when he was one of the untouchable top dogs in the whole of Blizzard. And this isn't my opinion, this is his own words, that he failed too many people when they needed us because we had the privilege of not noticing, not engaging, not creating necessary space for colleagues who needed us as leaders. The yawning disconnect between my perception from the top and the crushing reality many of you experienced fills me with shame. And it should fill him and others with shame, frankly. And I'm not being a Debbie Downer here, okay? If this stuff is important and relevant when we don't like the game, then it's important and relevant when the game is awesome too. And actually what I'm doing here is the opposite of being a downer, because one of the extra great things about Metzen being back is that now he has the chance to show that he has, indeed, learned from the mistakes he says he made, and everyone can be better off for it. By most accounts, Blizzard have made great strides in cleaning up the mess of the abuse scandals. People have been fired, new systems have been put in place. From what I've heard, the work environment at Blizz is probably better and safer now now than ever before, and that's awesome. But until now, Metzen hasn't been a part of that cleanup because he left the company before it began. His return isn't just a gift to us players and fans and the staff that clearly idolize him, it's a gift to him, because unlike, say, Mike Morheim, another legend who left before the scandal broke and who will never get a chance to make amends, Metzen coming back means he gets to be part of the redemption. As he himself says, words are cheap. Now he gets to put everything he said here into action, and that's great news for his legacy and for the game, and just yay, you know? I have to admit, I find the cries of "wow is saved" a little bit funny, because I don't know if you've been playing Dragonflight, guys, but it's really very good, you know? Like, it does not need saving right now. And actually, there is genuinely a part of me that feels just desperately sorry for Steve Danusa, because for a certain corner of the internet, anything bad about Dragonflight, his first full expansion as narrative lead, will obviously be his fault, and anything good about it will be because Chris Metzen has returned, you know? It sounds like Chris won't actually be on WoW all that much anyway, and that his focus in the long run will be developing new games in the Warcraft universe, which is pretty exciting in itself. Overall, this is amazing, inspirational news that just adds to the great feelings around the game right now. Oh, there is one thing though. In order for Chris Metzen to return to Blizzard once again, I'm afraid, Malfurion, you're gonna have to off to Ardenweald. Something about balance, and I don't know the exact rules, but yeah, sorry, I guess we'll see you later. No, don't say anything. Don't make it harder than it already is. Just, you know, make sure you close the door on your way out, okay? I'll miss him. Eventually, probably. And so, to all of the other news for the week, right after the reason I know you're already here, the race to world first! Heroic. For guilds with names a bit like Immortalis. The true race to world first, which is better than the official race to world first because A, it's less predictable, and B, we don't spend the entire first half of it doing split runs because, frankly, we can't be bothered. And at the time of writing, the progress is neck and neck, with no less than 4 guilds with names a bit like Immortalis sitting at 7 out of 8 normal. Newbies Immortalis Tentoria, Norska Immortalis, Est Immortalis, and of course the people's champions, sweet-smelling, innocent, kind and handsome Immortalis Argent Dawn EU. Yay! Who started progress on Razageth just last night, and who won't be setting foot in the raid again until the new year. So, you know, I think it's probably unlikely we're going to win this one, but man, it feels good to be back in a raid in an expansion that everyone likes, doesn't it? What a great time, and we will be sure to keep you updated on all the progress on this race in the coming, let's be honest, probably months. But on the subject of the raid, with normal, heroic, and mythic all launching simultaneously with the start of Season 1, we have now also seen the aftermath of the Vault of the Incarnates, with a fully fledged and rendered Terran Gregory cinematic special playing at the end, which, Bluebot spoilers for this section obviously, shows the releasing of the remaining Primal Incarnates from their confinement. And it probably won't surprise you to know they're not happy, or very nice. And yes, they look pretty incredible, especially Firak, the fire dragon dude. Probably most interesting, though, is the fact that I think this cinematic absolutely establishes Earth Incarnate Iridikron as the main protagonist of the expansion from here on in. For a start, his voice is like 10 times deeper and more important sounding than the other two.
What have they done to you? Her death demands vengeance. All who betrayed dragonkind to the Titans will face our wrath.
I know a big Warcraft baddie when I hear one, and this is the main dude right here. That is confirmed in the in-game cutscene which follows the raid, which I obviously haven't seen in-game yet, but which I've watched in the Wowhead article that we are linking in the description below, along with loads of other articles, by the way, that go into more detail on pretty much everything we cover today. But in this cutscene, and I have to say this again, right? But these real-time in-game cutscenes are just getting better and better, aren't they? In fact, in many ways, I always think they're better than the pre-rendered ones, because you get to eat a blubbery muffin just before it starts, and now we live in this incredible world where a beautiful, round, bouncy Tuskar boy is the hero of Azeroth and champion of the aspects, as they should be, Blizz. I'm not joking about this, okay? Give us playable Tuskar, don't dick me around. And in this cutscene, the Planeteers explain how Iridikron is basically just badder than the other Incarnates. The Iceface and Firehorns probably don't even know just how bad he is, and the dark bargains he has made, which sounds kind of interesting, doesn't it? Sounds kind of old goddy, really, doesn't it? And with it being established that Deathwing was more easily corrupted than the other aspects because of his strong connection to the Earth, where the old gods live, it kind of stands to reason that the same could be assumed of Iridikron too, really, doesn't it? It even raises the possibility that both Neltharion and Iridikron were corrupted by the old gods who pitted the Incarnates and aspects against each other in the first place, and definitely increases the chance that we might see some hot, tentacly void action go down by the end of this expansion. In terms of the final boss of Dragonflight, it could legitimately be Iridikron, I think. Even if it's not, even if it's Galakrond or Yesharaj or Murazond, then this stony dragon boy is definitely our main antagonist, the big bad, the main focus of the expansion, and I like the way that the aftermath of the raid established that. Lots of people have pointed out that us beating the final boss, but their plan to release the even bigger bad thing still worked, is pretty much exactly what happens at the end of the Nazjatar raid, with Ashara releasing N'Zoth. And that is a fair point, honestly, but for me, Vault of the Incarnates shows how that event should have been handled, and learns from 8.2's mistakes. That raid ending was a little bit confusing and vague, and most importantly, there was no real immediate threat or path forward. This time, it's like, here are some shiny new baddies, introduced one by one. They tell us we're in trouble, and then the cutscene afterwards lays out exactly what we need to do next. We are told Iridikron will shelter the Incarnates underground while they recover their strength, and we will need to take the fight to them, like, in the next patch. And in the meantime, we must become united and embrace our allies.
We can rebuild our unity, heal the wounded flights, embrace our allies.
Yeah, that's right. Caligos uses the cutscene to remind us that we should be doing our world quests and keep grinding that renown. And thanks, Kalek, I hadn't forgotten. Also, Khadgar definitely wants to bone Caligos, and honestly, who can blame him? We're all Caligos stands now, yeah? So unlike after Nazjatar, I know exactly who the baddies are, what the plan of action is, and the likely events of the next patch, and that feels great. The ending of 10.0 isn't a copy of 8.2 as much as it is doing a similar thing, but right. A couple more thoughts. I mentioned Murazond there, but more and more, I suspect he won't be the final boss of the expansion, but rather something we deal with in a standalone patch. Much like Ulduar was kind of a sideways step in Wrath, likewise, I wouldn't be surprised if we take a patch somewhere in the middle of this expansion to deal with the whole Infinite Dragon thing. And for what it's worth, I think we'll probably find a way to stop Nozdormu becoming Murazond, and it'll turn out Eternatus is Chromie, just like everyone thinks, and suddenly there will be cool Infinite Dragon customizations for everyone to use on their drakes. Maybe even an Infinite Dragon renown tree. Seems logical. Also, all the speculation that 10.1 would take place underground seems to have been confirmed. But again, I think I've actually changed my mind. I think obviously there will be underground stuff in 10.1, but I don't think it'll be the main theme of the patch, and certainly not the theme of the raid. And the reason for that is, I went into the Vault of the Incarnates the other day, and while there are, elements of all the elemental forces in there, it is very much mostly Earth-themed, seeing as it's carved into the belly of a massive mountain. And I just don't think Blizz are going to give us 2 Earth-themed raids in a row. I like to think they learned their lesson from the Maw overload of 9.0 and 9.1. Oh, yeah, I know. Sorry for mentioning Shadowlands there. It felt weird, didn't it? I think that whatever happened, we will be finding out sooner rather than later, because I feel like a 10.1 announcement could happen at any moment. And even if they wait until 10.05 is live before doing it, well, frankly, we don't have long to wait until that either, because the entire trading post system is now playable on the PTR as of a few hours ago, and all the numbers and dates included in it suggest that the trading post is going to go live on the 1st of February 2023, with the patch itself launching the week of the 22nd of January. And I don't want to assume that everyone is as busy as me this time of year, but if you are, that basically feels like tomorrow. And And did I mention that the first iteration of the trading post is playable right now on the PTR? I know I did, but I'm saying it again. Happy holidays, fam. We covered lots of how this works last week, so let's just see it in action before we get into the new stuff. When you log in at any point during a month, you get a quest to go to the trading post and pick up your 500 traders tendies that are yours, your accounts, just for logging in on a given month. This entire thing is, at its most basic, an engagement retention system after all. You then have an additional 500 tendies that you can earn by completing in-game challenges throughout the month for a total of 1,000 account-wide and account-capped traders tendies per month. And you can see here that these challenges are pretty basic everyday things over the whole gamut of gameplay styles, like kill bosses, do pet battles, fish stuff, create auctions. But there are also challenges which engage with seasonal and holiday events. There are percentage points awarded for doing stuff like Love is in the Air and Hatching of the Hippogriffs in this first month, which is quite cool. Getting people to engage with those one-off holidays that, let's be honest, most of us miss, is probably a really good thing. Hitting 100% on your traveler's log won't just give you the full 1,000 tendies to play with though, it will also reward you with Ashadar, Harbinger of Dawn, a new celestial tiger mount. All yours. And hey, you've still got those 1,000 tendies to spend, so let's take a look at what's on offer in February, shall we? There's the Celestial Steed store mount for 750 tendies. There's the Fury of the Firelord Flail. The Bikinis Transmog Ensemble, and the Bandolier, which, disappointingly at the moment, seems to only be a back piece and doesn't loop over the player character's shoulder and go across the front too, like a cool Chewbacca ammo belt thing, which most of us assumed it would because, well, that's what a bandolier is, that's what it does. There's a little ogre boy pet, nice pink scarf, hood, and cloak combos, which we know there are 12 different colors of in the files, so, you know, I'd expect a different version of these every month if I were you. Some neat-ass weapons, including the Squire's Warhammer, which I absolutely adore, some flowery wrist mogs, and that's about it. As you can see, the vendor UI is brilliant, super slick, and the trading post itself is really cool, like just as an in-game thing. There's loads of little mannequins around displaying the goods. The mounts are chilling in the stables. It's really neat. Now, obviously, you are not going to be able to afford everything on here every month. Not even close. I'm probably gonna get the flail and one or two little cloak or weapon mogs to go with it. But there is also the option to freeze one item at a time too, and make it available the next month to buy then. A really nice addition in my opinion, which evens off some of those rough FOMO edges. And I think that from this, we can gather a rough structure for future months as well. A big flashy mount or transmog reward for filling your traveler's log, a big flashy store mount or other mount, and a big flashy weapon appearance as like headline items, a 3D back piece like maybe a quiver or an ammo pouch in future months, a new color variant of the cloak, scarf, hood combo, and a smattering of other weapon appearances and other items. And whether that is enough choice every month, I'm sure is going to change from person to person. On reflection, I think this is probably ample, even though I have to admit, I was a tiny bit disappointed when I logged into the PTR to see just the 15 items on the trading post to choose from, when recent data mining of trading post goodies has been so overwhelmingly packed with amazing stuff. Do you want to see some of the amazing stuff? Okay, yeah, but only because it's Christmas though, okay? A Dark Moon Fair Jester cosmetic ensemble, a new male ensemble, a Blood Troll ensemble, those quivers, those ammo pouches, 2 separate Night Warden Transmogs. I know! I'm now certain that these will be rewards for completing your trader's log, just like the Harbinger of Dawn mount, and the Moon Spectral Tiger mount will be. And I'm sorry, look, imagine rocking that on your Night Elf Demon Hunter. Unreal. There's Void Pink recolors of the various raid sets, more mounts like the new colors of Cloud Serpent, Crab, Parrot, and Goat mounts, among others. All very cool, all very desirable, but nothing, in my opinion, compared to the selection of new 3D chainmail bra tops. For all characters. And if this excites you, internet, you are not alone, because there was a huge reaction on the forums too, where players were overjoyed at this new item in particular, and thrilled that the same skimpy action would be equipable whatever gender character you are playing. And naturally were full of praise and admiration for Blizzard for finally... No, it was a shit show, obviously. Blizzard is pushing all LGBT stuff AF into game. Getting tired of this. Enough is enough. I can't take anyone seriously who decides to wear a bra as a man. So stunning, so brave, huh? This is woke ballsacks. You don't understand biology. Okay, first of all, you can't take a man seriously who wears a bra. That sounds like something you're gonna have to take up with the gladiators, my friend, including Wolf and Saracen, the two most alpha gladiators out of all the gladiators, and massive man bra advocates. And also, massive man bra advocates. Imagine if Saracen had the chance to swap out his little lycra number for one made out of chainmail. Holy shit, he would have been unstoppable. Would have crowned him King of England by now. I mean, crowned him King of England again, obviously. Basically, this all goes back to the whole bowl of fruit conversation that we had last year, and actually totally proves what I said back then too. Not that that's important, but it is true. Which is that no one wants WoW not to be sexy. Why do you think I keep this button undone? No one is against revealing mogs in the game, and the things that were taken out or turned into fruit or whatever had much more to do with who made them than what they were. It was a purge of certain people's work rather than sexy work. I hope all this makes that even more clear. And no one thinks a hot chainmail bra is sexist, unless it's only a chainmail bra on female characters, but a full torso covering spiky all over chest piece on male characters, which is what has traditionally tended to happen. But sexy and revealing on everyone? No, that's a win. We love the sexy and revealing. That's all good. These are all good. And actually, that shit show was a bit unfair. There were loads of comments like the ones we showed here, but the overall sentiment on the forums was actually incredibly positive, because everyone loves sexy. We are so basic. So there is plenty more to come from the trading post, and at this point I am totally sold on it, with the very important caveat that the trader's tendies currency never becomes monetized for IRL cash. Like, the second Blizz starts selling tendies on the store, either as an alternative to filling your traveler's log, or as an extra currency beyond the 1,000 monthly cap, this system is dead. But at the moment, to be fair, there is no sign of that currently happening. And like I said last episode, I feel it's far more likely that if Blizz even do anything with a trading post in that vein, then it'll be to put some of these items on the store after they rotate off the vendor. And I think in particular that's likely to be the completing your traveler's log rewards. These Warden Transmogs and Tiger mounts, I feel it's very likely these will turn up on the store after the month that you can earn them has passed. They are essentially limited time achievement rewards, not vendor items, so you can't freeze them and save them for the next month like you can the others. I think the majority of the player base would actually like them to be put on the store after they've been a trading post reward, to be honest. I think people's attitude to the store has changed quite a lot since last year, when we all went out and played other games for the first time in our entire lives. And Blizz could easily put these sets on the vendor a couple of months later to purchase in-game. I hope they do, but I genuinely think the player base also overall would prefer the chance to buy them from the store in the meantime too. And I never thought I'd be saying that a year ago. What a world. There are other cool things on the PTR for the 10.05 patch too, like a ton of new Zandalari troll hair colors, even more UI customization options, including the ability to move your bag interface, and we'll take a closer look at all of those on a future episode. But with this coming out in January, signs are good that a full 10.1 patch won't be too far behind, and that maybe patch cadence is gonna move at a proper lick in Dragonflight too. I don't want to be too greedy, but that really would be the most amazing gift.
Hey guys, I'm gonna be straight with you. I'm tired. To the bone, like to the core. December is halfway over and there will be no Christmas at TNE HQ because I'm not sleeping, because I cannot stop playing a certain game about dragons and stuff. I'm so tired, but I love it. But do you know what happens when you're tired? Mistakes happen. You slip up, you pull the trash, you back the wrong contender for leader of the Black Dragonflight one week, and worst of all, your cybersecurity could be at risk. Which is why we are pleased to be working with NordVPN, who are sponsoring today's video and are here to keep your cyber shiz in check. Did you log into the dodgy fake cafe Wi-Fi because you thought you could farm some herbs while waiting for your latte? No, me neither. NordVPN can keep you safe from man-in-the-middle attacks and Wi-Fi imposters trying to steal your credit card numbers. Did you open one of those DMs on Discord where you thought you won a really cool prize but actually just unleashed a DDoS attack on yourself? Me neither. Never fear, because Nord would have hidden your IP address and kept you safe. Nord even comes with a dark web monitor, which checks if your email addresses and passwords have been compromised, which means you'll never have to log in again only to find your character completely naked and with all their hard-earned gold gone in a puff of hacker magic. For clarity, none of these things have ever actually happened to me. But even if they did, theoretically, I would have been completely fine because Nord would have had my back. Keep yourself safe through all those sleepless nights with NordVPN. Right now, you can get a 2-year plan at a huge discount plus 4 additional months for free when you go to nordvpn.com/Taliesin Evitel. And even better, it's all risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. That's nordvpn.com/Taliesin Evitel, or click the link in the description below. And now, I am going to bed. I'm logging in.
Well, you know what, Evitel? That was probably the best episode of the Weekly Reset ever. In fact, I would go as far as to say I cannot think of anything that could possibly improve that episode of the Weekly Reset. There's just no bettering
Well, Tali, I've got news for you. I mean, I've got a few things that could probably improve this reset.
Me too.
Quite tangibly, however...
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
No, absolutely not.
Sounds like you are.
No. But... we have something that you
Christmas.
guys will be very happy to hear about. We are doing a giveaway.
A giveaway? Oh, cool. I love giveaways. Giveaways are brilliant. What are we doing? Maybe giving away like a t-shirt or like a game code or something like that?
That's what you think, Tali.
That's literally what I think. That's why I said it.
It is, but we're not. We are giving away an amazing set of NZXT kit. This includes the Elite H7 case. Not the actual PC, just the case. Look at this thing. It is covered in the Alex Straza key art and dragons.
That is amazing. That is an upgrade on any case. Because you know what? Presumably, anyone watching this has probably got a PC.
I mean, yes,
in
probably.
fairness, because they probably play WoW on it. But imagine taking all your graphics card and processor out of your normal PC, your rubbish PC, and putting it into that amazing PC case right there, Evie.
Look at
Are you
that
thinking
beauty.
about it? Are you imagining it?
I want to be in that
what
PC
an
case,
upgrade.
man.
What a glow up. Wow, that's so great.
Just pop me in there, please.
So we just got one of those cases, have we?
No, we don't have one of those cases. We have 2 of those cases to give
What?
away. Each of them coming with a set of peripherals. Not just any peripherals. One set of Horde-themed peripherals and the other for the Alliance.
Wait, one for Horde and one for Alliance?
Yeah, so this is a beautiful mechanical keyboard, a mouse, and a mouse mat. Either Alliance or Horde themed.
Wow,
How
that's
sweet is that?
literally incredible. I can't think of anything better.
I love it. So we've got 2 of these to give away. One for the Horde, one for the Alliance, and a third just peripheral set. So
Amazing.
keyboard, mouse, mouse mat for a third
So
place winner of our
excited.
giveaway.
And how are we going to give these away, Evitel?
Excellent question, Tali. One case is for the Horde, and the other is for the Alliance. So, comments below on this video for the Horde or for the Alliance.
It's worth noting that we're just going to do a search for the word Alliance and the word Horde, right? So,
Yes.
like, you should probably spell it right, is what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
Misspellings will probably not be found.
And if you have no preference at all, just comment glory to all dragons.
Wait. So you're saying you can enter this competition by either writing for the Alliance or for the Horde or glory to all dragons in the comments.
Correct.
Got a question for you.
Yes.
What's to stop someone just writing 3 separate comments, one for the Alliance, one for the Horde, one for the glory of all dragons?
Absolutely nothing.
Ooh. Oh, hacks. I love it.
Well.
Encourage. We are encouraging the hacks. Game it. You've got to play optimally. You've got to write 3 different comments. One
There
for
you
the
go.
Alliance, one for the Horde, and one glory for all dragons. And then it's not unfair anymore. Well
Don't
done.
spam us because I've got my eye on you. I am combing through all of these, okay?
Right, really?
Yes. When is the deadline, Tali?
The deadline is 2023. The 1st second of 2023.
Wow.
You can only enter this competition in 2022 UK time.
Yes.
So sorry, Americans. predictions. You might think it's still still 2022 at some
Nope.
point, but as far as we're concerned, it is over.
And I'll be checking those timestamps.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, true. Evie's got a big job ahead of her, and we will be letting the winners know in our first episode after the new year.
How exciting!
Whether that's the next episode of the Weekly Reset or not, because this time of year we like to take a little bit of a break, spend time with family and things like that, and our family's getting bigger all the time.
Just every I was going to say every day.
Every day. Not for want of trying.
No.
So we will be disappearing a little bit. No idea if this is going to be our last video of the year or not. I'd like to get one out, maybe. Maybe there'll be another Weekly Reset before the end of the year. Who knows?
You never know.
Well, there could be the 10.1 announcement. Who knows? Anything could happen. So, keep an eye out. We might be here, but it's likely that the videos will kind of slow down a bit until New Year. Likewise, the streams. Again, we will be streaming still. Got to play some Dragonflight for a start, because it's brilliant. How's your Dragonflight going?
It's so good.
Yeah?
I'm really enjoying it. I'm at that point, though, where I'm max level. I'm still low on all my reps, and I have 1 million quests that I've picked up that I haven't done yet, and I'm finding it a little bit daunting. So I'm just dragon riding around, and I'm just doing the races,
looking for things. Doing races. And stuff?
I'm doing races, and I'm farming the super rares, hoping that some gear drops, because I'm not raiding.
That must suck,
and
actually.
I need to jump into some Mythic Plus with some guildies.
You
but
don't like being
busy.
a burden on people, though, do you?
I hate being a burden. I hate being carried. So I'm just trying to find ways to get some loot to boost me a little bit before I make people endure me.
What a strange old year it's been, eh? What an amazing year in many ways. What happened? We had a baby.
Yeah.
Shadowlands finished. Dragonflight started.
Yeah.
Yay. We moved house.
Here we are.
And WoW is after an unconvincing, built this incredible studio here, which looks better from this angle than any other angle. But still looks pretty awesome.
That's
I
how
think
studios work.
Yeah, exactly.
They have good angles.
I guess so, and still looks pretty cool. Got a sofa there that we can do the sofa bit on when I set up the sound and the camera properly. It's going to be really good. It's going to be great. And, I'm going to have some updates for patrons over the new year as well. In fact, the rest of the week after we finish this video is kind of focused on recording patron content for Christmas and New Year, because we've got some catching up to do with all the busyness that we've had. So apologies, patrons. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for your continued support. It means the absolute world to us, and it allows us to do everything that we have been doing. So thank you. I think this place looks amazing. I think it looks really, really good.
It's really sick. It's going to look even better when my chair arrives.
Oh, your chair, yeah.
My chair.
What colour is your chair?
It's orange. It's orange.
Of course
it's orange, but it's Herman Miller orange, darling.
Okay. Oh, mine's Steel Case Gesture orange.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Do you think they'll clash? Do you think they'll just be different enough to be annoying?
No, I think it's going to be brilliant. Herman Miller himself is personally
probably why it's taking so long. To be honest, with how much it cost, I hope Herman Miller is like jizzing over it, to be honest.
I think Herman Miller's long gone, man. But
okay. That's why it's so expensive. Those reanimation costs, man. Yeah, and on the 22nd of December, we're getting my custom-made arcade cabinet in the corner there. My Polybius cabinet, which is being made. The people making it were keep contacting me that it's been custom-made, and they're like, yo, we're working really hard to get this done for you for Christmas, because I think they think it's a Christmas gift for someone. And I don't need it for Christmas because it's just for the set, it doesn't bother me. Whatever. Like I say, I'm probably not even making a video until after the new year. But at the same time, I want it as soon as possible, so I'm like, oh, thanks, guys. Oh, that's amazing.
No, but genuinely, thank you. That's
so much. Oh, wow. That's so kind of you. And whatever you're doing in the new year, for New Year and for the festive period, we hope it's good. We know it's not like a super fun time for everyone, but we hope that it's good for you. And I hope it's good for us. Hope I get lots of good presents.
Same, man.
I can't wait.
Oh.
As if Dragonflight wasn't present enough. What a great way to end the year, though. Everyone's happy with WoW. WoW is on an absolute high right now. I feel like it's dub after dub after dub at the moment. The game feels brilliant. My job is so much easier when the game is good and everyone loves it. Thank you for all of your support this year. Thank you for watching our videos. Thank you for watching the stream. It's been amazing. If you like this video, don't thank us. Thank our patrons who still give us their real life money to make everything possible. And guys, thank you. This year in particular, we needed you.
It's true.
And it would have been very, very difficult without you. There would have been a whole lot less Taliesin and Evitel.
The bomb.
If you didn't like it, downvote the shit out of it. Remember, my name is Chris Metzen. No, my name is Taliesin. From me
and me, Evitel.
Until next time, cheerio.
Bye.